The dirty truth about hotel toiletries. Dermatology PA explains. Would you still use hotel shampoo if you knew what was growing inside those bottles? Because I'm about to tell you something that might completely change what you pack for your next trip. Hi friends, if we haven't met, I'm Beth, a dermatology PA with over 25 years of experience, and I'm well over 40. I'm in my 60s, so I care a lot about what actually works in real life. And just quickly, some of the links I mention may be Amazon affiliate links, which means I may get a small commission if you click on the links and if you buy anything, but it's no extra cost to you. And that really helps me to continue to make more videos. So thank you. So let's start with this. There was a study out of the University of Arizona in 2019 where researchers tested 40 rooms in 20 different hotels. They tested refillable shampoo, conditioner, body wash, and lotion and hand soap containers. And here was the headline. The results, 76% were contaminated with bacteria counts over 1,000 colony-forming units per gram, and 49% exceeded 10,000 colony-forming units per gram. These levels are considered unsafe for cosmetic products. The requirements by the Center for Food Safety and Applied Nutrition state that for eye area products, the levels should not be greater than 500 CFU per gram, and for the non-eye area, it should not exceed 1,000 CFU per gram. Now, the WHO and the CDC have recommended against the addition of soap to partially empty containers in their guidelines on hand hygiene for years, well before 2019. So apparently, hotels, gyms, and other places like these are still topping off their containers of cleansers. Before we panic, let's talk about why this happens. What is this technique hotels use that are called top-off systems? That means they don't fully empty and sterilize the bottle. They just add more product on top. And over time, you get a mix of product, water, air exposure, and bacteria, which creates the perfect environment for something called biofilm. And biofilm is basically a protective layer that bacteria form, so they become much harder to remove. So even if someone tries to clean the container, that biofilm can still be there. In studies where they clean and dry refillable containers, levels of bacteria go back up to high levels measured previously within only 2 weeks. Now let me say something very important here. Not every hotel dispenser is dangerous, but you don't know which ones are safe. And for me, it's less about a one-time exposure and more about repeated exposure to products sitting in warm, moist environments like bathrooms. And that can contribute to things like irritation, breakouts, folliculitis, and dry, unhappy skin. If you wash your hands with a contaminated soap, you will have higher levels of the bacteria. They have tested that. It doesn't just wash down the drain. So instead, I'm going to show you exactly what I bring, and honestly, it makes your skin and hair look better anyway. Before I do that, have you ever used hotel shampoo and your hair just felt off, dry, frizzy, or weirdly flat? Tell me below. I'd love to hear it. I read every comment. And if you want help building a simple routine for skincare that actually works for your skin, I do have a skin quiz below where I'll send you a customized plan. And I also send out helpful tips by email. All right, let's build a simple travel routine. First, shampoo. You do not need expensive salon products. I went to a regular grocery store and found Head & Shoulders, Pantene, and Garnier Fructis. And here's how I rank them. Pantene is actually the best overall balance. Garnier is better for frizz, but heavier. And Head & Shoulders is great for the scalp, especially if you have itchy or flaky scalp, but not necessarily ideal for how your hair looks. And here's the key point. It's not the brand, it's whether it matches your hair type. Now let's talk about something I heard from a hairstylist one time. She said, Pantene is bad for your hair. Honestly, that's mostly a myth. What people are noticing is coating, not damage. And that coating actually helps reduce friction, protect the hair shaft, and improve shine. So it's not ruining your hair. It's just not right for every hair type. Now let's move on to conditioner. This is really important. Conditioner matters more than shampoo for how your hair looks. This is where you can make or break your hair day. Pantene conditioner is lighter and more balanced. Garnier is heavier and better for frizz. So again, it's about matching your hair, not chasing a brand. Now let's talk about body wash. This is where your skin barrier comes in. I picked up Dove and Olay body wash. And honestly, both are excellent. Dove is your safest default. Its pH is lower, around 5.5 to 7.3, which is closer to your body's natural pH, which is about 4.5 to 5.5. Traditional soaps are much higher and way more drying and possibly irritating. Dove is very gentle and very barrier friendly. Now the Olay can be richer and more moisturizing. Olay is usually 5.5 to 7.0 pH, so that's pretty good, especially helpful for dry or crepey skin. And here's a line I really want you to remember. The biggest mistake people make is using a body wash that strips their skin and then trying to fix it with lotion later. If you start with a better cleanser, you don't have to play catch up later. Now here's some more cleansers for you that you can use on your face and your body. I found CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser and Cetaphil Gentle Cleanser. I love both of those. That simplifies everything. And these two cleansers typically have a lower pH, especially CeraVe, which should be 5.5, which is closest to your actual skin pH. CeraVe also has a slight edge because it containing ceramides, which help support your skin barrier. Cetaphil is incredibly gentle and great if your skin reacts to everything. And this is key. When you're traveling, your skin is already stressed. You're exposed to different water, different climate, different environment, so using a gentle cleanser matters more than anything else. And honestly, I often use something like this for both my face and my body when I travel. And if you go to a hotel that has little samples of product and you don't use them all on that trip, I like to save them and use them on my next trip in case they don't have little sample bottles and they use the refillable bottles. So use actual travel-sized products or saved bottles from previous trips. Now let's talk quickly about refillable bottles. I do not recommend boiling plastic bottles. It can damage the plastic and create tiny cracks that actually make contamination more likely over time. Instead, use travel sizes or refill wide mouth bottles, easier to clean, wash them very well, and let them dry completely. That drying step is very important. And if you like practical real-life advice like this, make sure to subscribe because I'm always testing what actually works, especially for those of us well over 40. So here's the bottom line. Hotel and gym dispensers can be contaminated. Not all are unsafe, but you can't tell which ones are. And bringing your own products is simple and gives you more control over your skin and hair. You don't need expensive products, you just need the right ones, used consistently. In my next video playlist, I'm going to show you how to build a simple anti-aging routine that actually works. So you'll want to click on that playlist next, and I'll see you in the next one.